Hello everyone, it's Kevin here. Thanks very much for downloading this episode of Cinema Swirl. And as you may have guessed or noticed, first of all, I'm incredibly sick, but also, as you may have guessed and noticed, it's Robocop, which is our long talked about lost/cursed/forever lost forever episode, which has been found and reclaimed, thanks in large part, and entirely part actually, to our good friend Ash from the Hammered Horror podcast. And he's reclaimed this episode to the best of the ability possible. So there's a few things you should probably notice about this. Is obviously we had a problem with one of the microphones, so this is not the quality that you're probably used to at Cinema Swirl, so we're not this is not canon, so to speak. It is a slightly lower quality than usual. Sam at points does sound like either Darth Vader, or that he is doing scuba diving, or that he's in an iron lung. None of those things are true, actually, and Cinema Swirl will be back to a regular rotation starting very soon as we hit episode 10, which I think some of you may or may not realise is going to be another Star Wars movie, but more on that later. But for now, enjoy the reclaimed Robocop episode, and do make sure you go and check out Hammered Horror over at hammeredhorror.net. Hi, I'm Kevin Mahan.
And I'm Sam Chaplin.
I host the Attitude Era podcast.
And I haven't seen any films.
And welcome to Cinema Swirl. Hello everyone and welcome to Cinema Swirl. It's episode 8, our journey through Hollywood and cinema and cinnamon. Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Mahan, joined as I am always in this traipse through Tinseltown, the jelly to my OT peanut butter. It's, I'm really happy with that one.
That was good, you said that one up.
I did, I caught that in the car the other day. I was like, yes! I'll put that in my mental Evernote. Let's sync to it with me wireless devices. How are you, Sam?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, this fine weekday evening.
Pretty good.
Looking forward to some swirling.
Yeah.
It was a nice vote this week. Record numbers.
Yeah.
250.
Good numbers.
A good numbers here. I like that.
We're getting good results.
Guys, you keep this up, we might move on to the Henderson account podcast, which is what we all really want.
Yeah.
But yeah, 250 people, 250 voted for this.
Thank you for voting.
Thank you for Kevin coming up with another way to say 250.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, that's like Deal or No Deal, where they... Quarter millionaire was never a thing.
No, it never really... They coined that phrase, definitely.
One person will leave. A quarter millionaire.
Quarter millionaire. Oh, quick mention. Thanks to everyone who's been leaving ratings on iTunes. We got back in the top 10 there.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Very briefly.
Very briefly. Then Mark Commode saw us and shot us with his laser beam eyes.
No.
Damn him.
Ugh.
But yeah, anyone leaves a rating or review on iTunes, thanks very much. And if you've not done so already, take a minute out of your day. We'd appreciate it very much.
Yeah, be nice.
We had another really nice thing happen as well this week. It's a week of nice things. Got a nice bit of music made for us.
Well, to be honest, Kevin, we had this ready to go last podcast, as we did some other things, but it skipped our minds. It was Halloween. We were having
it was cooling on the windowsill.
Yeah. Whereas now it's ready for you to consume. Chris Pilkington at
Pilkingtron X.
Pilkingtron X.
Yes.
On Twitter. Did a remix for us.
It's a
Cinema Swirl theme.
A bloody beautiful remix.
It's really good. Yeah.
Well, it's aided great by the fact that the Cinema Swirl theme. I can say this because I didn't make it, Sam did. It's good.
Oh, Kevin,
hey,
go on.
How about that Spooky Swirl remix last week?
Guys, please, go on.
I bet you wish it could be Halloween every episode.
Yeah.
But not once.
Yeah, that took a lot of effort.
It took more effort than the actual theme. But yeah, thanks very much, Chris, and for doing that. So at the end of the episode, stay tuned. There will be a remix of the theme.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It is wonderful. Also, big news swirl in the news there, because it turns out that there's someone on the Twitter who is more of a Sam Chaplin than you, Sam Chaplin.
Yeah. Again, this was another thing that came to light around Halloween time, but we just forgot about it. We were very excited about it when we first heard about it. People pointed us out.
It was like something from a Halloween special.
Yeah.
Like, or Twilight Zone, where you wake up in an alternate world.
So, what happened? The footballer Michael Owen.
The multi-millionaire footballer Michael Owen.
Yeah, he tweeted on the Twitter, at the Michael Owen, watched my 8th ever film on the flight home. Must have been bored. #hate films.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Now, that's a step above, because
You didn't hate films.
I don't hate films.
The guilt that I saw in your eyes, knowing that you were meant to have seen them, was what inspired this podcast. But I don't think hating them.
Michael Owen
Goodness.
has something like this. He's seen his 8th ever film in his life.
How old is he?
He's in his 30s, I believe. Like late 30s, maybe?
Yikes.
Late 30s. Yeah.
What was he doing?
He's a grown man.
He's got some years on you, and yet his number is lower.
He just doesn't want to watch films.
Maybe he didn't take media at A-level.
Maybe. He then tweeted, people were asking what the films were, and he tweeted, "These are the films I've been forced to watch." And I mean,
Forced.
forced.
So of his own will, he's watching none.
He
then?
doesn't want to ever watch films,
Circumstance dictates it.
but sometimes he has been made to watch films, and those are the only instances in which Michael Owen has seen films.
Fucking hell.
Okay, these are those films. It's quite a good list, actually. And some of them I haven't seen, and we'll probably get to. So number 1, Rocky.
Oh, yes, definitely. I want to do a Stallone vote, special Stallone vote at some point.
Number 2, Heat.
Oh, that's another good one. Oh, my God, yes. You haven't seen either of these?
No.
For fuck's sake.
3, Ghost.
Oh, okay, Ghost. That's good. We should watch that.
Jurassic Park. I've seen Jurassic Park.
You've seen Jurassic
Seen
Park?
Jurassic
Oh,
Park. Sorry, guys.
sorry,
I've seen
gang.
Jurassic Park. Number 5, Cool Runnings.
You've not seen Cool Runnings?
I've seen Cool Runnings.
Okay, fucking hell. You've just... Wow, that's great. I'm really happy now that you've seen Cool Runnings.
Yes. Number 6, Karate Kid, which I've not seen.
Oh my... What?
Yep.
I say sweep the leg all the time and you just smile and nod.
Yeah, I do that a lot with things that you say. Number 7, Forrest Gump, which I have seen.
Okay.
And number 8, I think you'll agree, that's a list of quite classic films.
Yeah, yeah.
Number 8, Seabiscuit. It's just
I'm going to say, let's put Seabiscuit in the vote and then people will vote for it. That's why I'm not putting Seabiscuit in the vote. Fucking hell.
I'm sure it's a good film, but
That's such a his mother or like his granddad made him watch it or something like that.
Seabiscuit.
Sea biscuits. So those people wondering if Michael Owen will be replacing Sam on the podcast, like
It's a possibility.
it's a possibility, but I don't want to be in a position where I have to force a man to do something every time I want to make an episode.
No, that's true. He doesn't want to watch films. I want to be educated. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. It would be. I have a confidence in myself, but I'm not confident in my ability to force a multi-millionaire footballer to do a podcast with me where I have to forcibly restrain him to make him watch the films that people vote for.
Yeah. So I'm afraid we might have to turn down Michael Owen.
His generous offer. He just wants the Pepsi endorsement. I've seen you.
I think he has been endorsed.
You should know.
Oh.
For fuck's sake.
Probably.
Well, you know, that's actually as good a note as anyway, because we've got a quick edition of Pepsi Swirl.
Welcome to Pepsi Swirl. On this edition,
We will be talking about Pepsi.
we're talking about Pepsi. Now, something that I had planned for the last episode. That's what this admin has been mainly. It's like things that we were going to do.
This episode, the overflow line.
Didn't do. I turned up in a special shirt, which is a Pepsi Max polo shirt with a tiny little Pepsi Max logo underneath the buttons, and then the buttons themselves say Pepsi Max in tiny text around the thing.
And it's in the traditional Pepsi colours of red and white piping.
Yeah. Traditional Pepsi.
I don't know why piping's a funny word, I'm sorry.
So my plan was I was going to wear this. It's quite subtle. It's not overtly Pepsi Max if you don't pay attention. I was going to wear this to the episode and see if Kevin noticed that the polo shirt I was wearing was a Pepsi Max polo.
I thought your idea was to get me to subconsciously, that you're advertising on their behalf.
Yeah.
Trying to get me to start drinking Pepsi, because I don't.
Okay, so I'm doing like a Darren Brown type thing, just slowly like bringing. So I was planning to wear the shirt. I told this to Adam, who lives with Kevin. I told him my plan of secrecy. But this was going to be a little subtle thing I was going to do, and it's going to be a little prank. And I turned up to the house, and Adam just said, "Oh, is that the Pepsi shirt?" Completely ruined the whole thing.
I like the first time there's been a bit of podcast crossover between Cinema Swirl and the AE podcast.
Yeah.
It's from one of my co-hosts to ruin a segment on this show.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, like.
Cheers, Alan. Appreciate it.
The big bully, like, kicking them around, like.
But I've now just got the shirt with me today. I'm not wearing it.
Yeah.
And I think the idea for this episode of Pepsi Swirl is to just make Kevin wear a shirt.
Yeah, fucking hell, that sounds good. Let's pop this. Whoa.
It's not a long shirt, and Kevin's a tall man, so I will get photographic evidence of this. Oh, there we go. The shirt is off.
It's kind of damp.
It's cold.
It's
in
cold.
A cold bag, yeah.
That's how you store your clothes. In a cold bag.
Dry bag.
Was the pile on the floor full?
Sorry, I didn't unbutton it first. Oh, there we go. Right.
Sorry, your dad is probably listening going, yeah, tell it again, Kevin. Tell it like, this is, oh my God.
What do you reckon to it?
I've never really worn a polo shirt.
Do you like it?
Hang on. Let me get a
nice shot.
Let's take a quick shot there.
Of Kevin here. Okay, I'll just try and get a little close-up of the... oh, God, sorry. I'll just try and get a close-up of the Pepsi Max logo. It's quite subtle detailing. Now, Kevin.
Yeah.
Have you been able to see yourself in this shirt?
No, actually, if I have a quick gander at that shot there, if you could full screen that bad boy.
I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to say what I thought immediately when I've seen you in a polo shirt for the first time.
Alright, that's me in a polo shirt.
My thought...
Yeah.
Works at a bowling alley.
Well, my thought was like fucking royal family. Like, I've got a serious royal family thing going on there.
So what do you reckon to the Pepsi Max polo shirt?
Well, out of how many glugs am I going to...
You got a maximum 5 glugs.
I give this actually 3 glugs.
3 glugs.
It's a short sleeve shirt, but it's thick, so I could wear this and not get chill.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that was Pepsi Swirl.
You heard it here first. And before we get into today's episode, which is Robocop, as voted for by you, had a quick little dip into the mailbag. Now you have to put in a thing. Now you have to put in a jingle because fucking it made a shit noise. You can't just leave it as silence.
Make that the jingle.
Yeah.
Now you have to put it in.
So we got another boatload of emails here to cinemaswirl@gmail.com.
That's cinemaswirl@gmail.com.
And of course, thanks very much for sending in your digital letters. We do read them all, and we do print them off and don't conserve for the environment. So thanks very much for doing your part. You feel good about yourself. This came from David Williams, who asks, Kevin and Sam, I have a question for the Cinema Swirl duo. If you guys had the choice to perform in any of the films that you've seen so far, either as a minor or extra character, what would you perform as? Giving examples like Porkins dying in Star Wars, or like Jack Nicholson kicking in the door with an axe. But this is an interesting one to think about. I don't know. What do you think? Anyone spring to mind?
I want to be in Star Wars, just in some capacity.
I want a recut Star Wars where every time Chewbacca makes a noise, it's your impression going.
Any good YouTube editors just
feel free, like, yeah. Sure, George Lucas will welcome you with open arms for meddling with his film. Well, what do you think?
I think I want to hang out with R2D2 and C3PO. I'll be like the third one.
You are so close to C3PO though. Yeah. You'd really fracture that film. Like, just saying, like,
the dynamic wouldn't work.
It's good, but the second English polite droid was maybe a bit too much. Like, the 2 Darth Vaders were very good. I'd like to have been John Connor riding on the back of that motorbike with Arnold Schwarzenegger, knowing that I didn't have to worry about changing gears or if we were low on fuel or faffing about in the garage.
Yeah,
and sitting back and enjoying the ride.
Easy money.
So that's got to be it for me. Thanks very much for your question, David. As always, make sure you send your questions, comments, and queries to cinemaswirl@gmail.com.
That's cinemaswirl@gmail.com.
Film today is Robocop.
Ooh.
Robert
Cop.
Oh my God, this is a big one. Like, this is one of the
Robocop.
It's a story about a fish out of water Irish cop who can't believe his partner hasn't seen any of them murders. Robocop. Heard about this one growing up?
Yes.
This is what always gets kind of lumped in with Terminator also. I mean, were you aware of Robocop much as a kid?
I know the name Robocop, and from that name, I can imagine what Robocop is.
What? Here's. Do you know what Robocop is?
A robotic policeman.
Not a cop.
Not a cop. I'm British, mate. Yeah? It's a policeman.
Robo Bobby.
Robo Bobby on the Robo beat.
So is he he's a robot then, you're saying?
Yes? No.
But he's got a little chin, isn't he?
Hold on. Wait, he's a man
Okay.
who has been robotified.
Robotified. So like a man in a robot suit?
No.
No.
No, I think maybe he's been hurt. Badly injured.
Okay.
Oh no, this is something else. Where someone's been badly hurt and then they've been made into a robot to be better.
What do you think, $6 million man? We can rebuild him?
We have the technology. No, it's not that. I just know he's a Robocop.
You're lost in the forest of cultural references here.
It's a robot.
And you're on the path that looks exactly like the exit, and it's not. It's horrible.
Robocop.
What does Robocop do? Like, has he got weapons? Does he...
He fights crime.
Okay.
That's all I know of this.
Does he run? Does he jump? What is he?
He does.
Has he got a car?
He needs to do. Maybe he's just got a normal police car.
Okay.
But then he gets out and he's a robot.
What advantage is it bestowed upon Robocop to be a robot?
You can't kill a robot. We can kill a robot, as we've discovered in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to kill a robot.
And the police are relying on that very difficulty.
Yeah. And that's why they've made a Robocop.
Okay, so...
I assume he's the only one.
Oh, so there's not like a bunch...
It's not like a squadron of Robocops. I think this is like a... government funding prototype thing. Let's see if this first...
Where do you think we are as well?
Robocop works.
Are we in like space or the future or...
America, maybe?
America.
I don't know.
This is interesting because Robocop is so recognisable, isn't he? I mean, if I showed you a picture of Robocop, you know what Robocop is. He's got the dome and the visor.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of where you know that from.
No. The Robocop poster... I must have seen Robocop somewhere.
Something. There was a Robocop TV series. Did you ever catch that?
No.
There was a Robocop cartoon as well.
They rebooted it
recently,
last year.
So was it from that, do you think, or did you know it before that?
No, I knew it before that.
See, Robocop's the one I think that's been on TV loads.
Was this Robocop video game?
Yeah, there were a few.
Mega Drive or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's that?
Maybe that.
Your brother had a Mega Drive, didn't he?
Yeah.
So our tentative connection to this film is that you may have seen your brother play it on a game that may or may not exist.
I don't know.
20 years ago.
I know so little about Robocop now I think about it.
Are you excited for this? I mean, what kind of movie do you think it's going to be?
Action movie.
Action.
Action
like Commando action or action like
not.
Terminator action?
Terminator action.
You think it'll be Terminator action?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be Alien action?
No.
No? Okay.
No? Have you just...
It's 18s as far as I know.
It's 18?
Yeah, it's a violent
This is not like a family romp.
Oh no! Wait, you thought Robocop was a family romp?
Well, not a family.
He's not a Robo Dog. He's a Robo fucking cop.
I didn't think it was going to be like excessively swearing and violent. I thought maybe it's like a
Do you think Robocop...
Like a nice, generic action... Not generic, but good action movie.
Do you think Robocop is going to be like Arnie in Terminator 2, that he is kind of funny? Or do you think he's going to be serious?
I think he's going to be a serious cop.
By the book.
Does he speak?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's got a mouth, hasn't he?
Yeah?
That's the only bit that he has that's human, is the mouth.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit shit if he could, had that and
he didn't say anything.
It's a big nose and he can't smell.
He's a Robocop.
A Robocop.
A robot.
You know what? This is fucking amazing because I don't think this movie is what you think it is.
I don't know what crime he fights.
You don't know what kind of movie this is, though. This is one which kind of surprises people. I'm not going to say any more, really, but you are... I think you're going to like this. I'm staking my professional reputation on it.
I think this is the most recent episode where I'm really quite clueless.
Yeah, because you've got no real...
Some of the other ones, there's been a lot of background knowledge, and I thought there was that for Robocop. Like,
yeah.
I came into this thinking, Robocop, there's Robot Cop. Like, there's obviously that's what
but, like, I never...
don't know anything.
I didn't really watch Robocop films until, like, I was, like, in my teens, like...
Okay.
But I remember, like, my brother had Robocop toys, and they were badass, like, really, really badass action figures. He had, like, a cop car, and Robocop had all these guns, and it was like, that is a man's toy, like,
Okay,
you know.
So Robocop's got guns.
Yes. And he uses them with great efficacy. Do you know where his gun comes from?
What?
Oh, man!
Oh, he must have it built into his arm or something. Arm gun.
Oh, man, alright.
Gun? Like a big cannon.
Like the thing from Futurama, that guy at the basketball team.
Yeah.
No, and it's not. It's not that. Oh my god, this is going to be amazing.
No, I think he gets hurt and then he gets brought back as a robot.
Yeah, you're on the right track. Yeah.
Better, but to make him better, he has to be a robot.
Yeah, that happens to happen a lot in things, particularly in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. That was a popular theme. Okay. So yeah,
there'll be some emotional conflict there.
Yeah.
With Mrs. Cop.
Oh wow, this is good now. This is showing like Hollywood can be guessed by a mid-20-something who's after a hard day's work, and slightly sleepy like.
Emotional conflict with Mrs. Cop because her husband's now a robot,
and somewhere along the way there's gonna be crime. I assume
there's gonna be crime.
Other than the crime of miscommunication with his wife.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't tell me you were coming back as a bloody robot.
Men always coming back as robots.
Where have you been? Nowhere.
Don't tell me that you're a robot. I can only see your mouth. We should go watch this now, I believe.
Yeah.
You have that confused look in your eye that you really think you should know more about this movie.
I'm confused by how confused I am. Yeah. I thought I would know more.
That's really interesting because you knew a lot of stuff passively about like Terminator and even bits from Alien and stuff like that. So this is you're in the dark on this one.
This will be fun.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go do a cinema swirl. Oh, sorry, that's just like my favourite music ever. It's not your favourite music ever, is it?
Robocop.
There you go. Robocop. What do you think of that off the bat? Huh?
It was good.
Yeah. Was it different to what you thought? Yeah.
Think.
Because it was like, well, the most obvious thing is I don't think you expect there to be a big steaming pile of satire with your pea and ham soup of this action movie.
No, there's a lot of satire in there.
Yeah, I was going to say the name beforehand, Paul Verhoeven, the director. Never heard of him, have you?
Well, here's the funny thing. I happen to work at a venue of sorts.
Okay.
Trying to be vague about it. We had someone coming in as part of an arts festival thing to show a film.
Yeah.
And his name was Paul Verhoeven.
No.
Exactly spelled the same.
But it's not that Paul Verhoeven.
Different one.
What was it? Someone off Coronation Street?
It's just someone who makes like little films.
Or knowing live venues in the East Midlands, it was probably someone from Red Dwarf. Boom. Burn it down, mate. Burn it down. So yeah, Robocop. Paul Verhoeven, he's done things as well like a Total Recall, which I know you haven't seen. We might do that in the future.
Okay.
Right, Basic Instinct. Starship Troopers is another big one of his. Do you even know what that is, do you?
Not really, no.
Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ. Well, this is a good intro as any to Paul Verhoeven. Start us off that movie there. You were in tears of laughter for a good...
Straight away, big laughs.
Because it's just Robocop, loud music, explosions.
The music, the title, the news, the silly news program.
Yeah.
Properly daft.
But at the start, you don't know that it's them being tongue in cheek and it kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was right. Like, do the writers know what newsreaders actually sound like?
Because the first 5 or 10 minutes of this movie, I was like, you must think this is fucking mad shite altogether.
It was quite a sort of Tim and Eric type.
Yes, like Cinco or something like that.
Silly adverts like, you pick the heart. What?
And then it's like, 2 people were found dead today in Detroit.
Yeah.
So yes, the news shows us at the start of this film that is the future, and it's also my favourite kind of future, a dystopian future.
You are tuned to Exposition TV.
Drive time. But it's like, it is the future, and there's like things like space stations, but everything's shit and no one's got a job and there's loads of crime.
Yeah.
And an odd one for a movie in the late 80s, during our Reaganomics and whatnot, is a movie that's basically going after privatisation and capitalism. Because,
right go.
well, you get this one company now, which is OCP.
Diddly D, OCP. Yeah.
My one crew pairing. But yeah, Omni Consumer Products.
Yeah.
They basically own everything. Hospitals, NHS.
Yeah.
If bloody Cameron had his way, it'd be like this, or if
there'd be OCP.
Or if old Red Ed had his way, it'd be like this, or I don't know, it'd be like it's one of them bloody politicians up in that big house with the big clock that they live in. All the same, all wanting to privatise our healthcare. I hate us. Go work on Paul Verhoeven taking down Red Ed a few pegs. So we found out that a cop called Frank Fredrickson has been shot and fired upon, and he's all screwed up. And this is apparently a common occurrence that the police, even though they're now being run by a private company, they're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And we're introduced to our main character. It's Murphy, and he's a handsy man. If you notice him, you know this guy, Peter Weller?
Peter what?
Peter Weller.
No.
He was in this Robocop 2 and like season 5 of Dexter. I don't know if you watched Dexter.
No.
Oh, there you go. An odd one, like.
Yeah.
He's a guy who basically did a couple of movies and then thought, you know what? I could live off this shit in some sci-fi convention. He's like, I'll just sit down and sign my name and get pictures for 50 quid for the rest of my time. Like,
yeah, fair enough if you can do it.
Hey, easy money if you can get it, mate.
Just he's called Murphy.
Yeah.
Works with police.
He's not Irish though.
Murphy's Law, isn't it?
Hey, because if it can go right.
That's what they should have called this film.
Well, I'm surprised that he's not Irish. The fact that he's a cop and his name is Murphy. I mean, those things, like, kind of lend each other to happening. So, we then find out very shortly that Fred is dead.
Fred
is dead.
Wait, who's Fred?
Frank Fredrickson. Freddie Frederson.
Fred Flintstone's been
Freddie Mercury's been shot. Someone do something quick. Send for Robocop.
We're not watching Commando yet.
Murph meets his partner. This is interesting. It's like the first ever apparently gender neutral character that we've seen in a movie. It's Lewis, but the partner. Yeah. But apparently Paul Verhoeven had this thing they did in a specific way that you see them beating up someone at the start, and then they take off, and you don't know if it's a guy or a girl, and they take off the helmet and the hair is short and they never refer to my gender. And so, isn't they? Paul Verhoeven doing something you've not really seen in the 80s movies.
Referred to her as the lady.
I'm not sure, because I quickly Googled before, because I remember hearing on the director's commentary before saying, they're meant to be gender neutral. I searched up about it, but I don't know if they actually refer to them as she or her in the movie. I wasn't paying that close of attention.
No.
If you're listening on Tumblr, please let us know. I thought that was interesting though. Last week, Alien, awesome female character, and this week, slightly less important character than really, but apparently gender neutral, so there you go.
Cool.
That's cool. But Murph, his mismatched partner.
Yeah.
Hey, Vic and Bob, classic. Yeah. What other mismatched cop movies can you think of, Sam?
The movie True Detectives.
The Bill. The episode of A Touch of Frost. Yeah. The Christmas one.
Mismatched cop movies.
See, it's just probably something that's just been referenced, but I don't think you've actually seen films.
I don't know any actual mismatched cop partnership.
That's fucking weird, man. In the lift, in OTP, we get exposition galore. Basically, they're evil men. They're buying up everything, and they've got their eyes on making robot cops, apparently.
Yeah, they're fronted by an Englishman.
Well, he's clearly he's like a gentleman, as you know. Yeah. Why is it that the rich ones are always English?
Grumpy and English.
Grumpy English head of multinational corporations.
But the real kind of showy front man is our boy Dick Jones.
Dick Jones.
Dick Jones.
All right, I'm going to say this. It is, midweek afternoon, we're both sleepy men, but we did laugh a ridiculous amount at the name Dick Jones.
But they know that. His name is Richard Jones.
Because they put it up on the screen. It says, Dick Jones joins us as Richard Jones. Yeah. Brilliant. Love it.
It's
absolutely love it.
Could say Dick in different ways. Dick.
So the Englishman introduces his vision for the future, which is a city called Delta City, which is going to be built over Detroit, which is apparently past its sell-by date because it's got cancer. And then we get a brief PowerPoint presentation about the evils of capitalism. And they're like, we need some sort of, I don't know, robot cop to take care of business if we want a new city. So we get Ed 209.
Yeah, they don't introduce Robocop.
No.
We need some kind of cop.
Were you expecting Robocop?
Robotic cop.
He was like, hey everyone, I am the protagonist.
It's Ed.
Ed 209.
Ed Cop.
Ed Cop 209. Who I believe was voted in some poll a while back by, he's either Empire or IGN or someone, as like one of the top, like, it's a scary baddie things of all time.
Because that big introduction where it's like a cop that's really pleased to introduce Marvin the Paranoid Android.
So you laughed your ass off at this thing.
He's a bloody cutie.
He moves kind of wonky.
Yeah, well, it's obviously stop motion, and stop motion always looks a bit cutesy and kind of.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite sweet. See him kind of jigging around.
I want to give him a big lollipop or something.
Only me.
I want to see Ed 209 try and eat an ice cream and get it all over its face or something like that. But yeah, no, you had a proper good laugh at the future of law enforcement. Mr. Kenny of the executive committee does a bit of a gun demo. We get this awesome famous scene where it's like, you've got 10 seconds to comply. He's got a gun in his face and he puts it down. He's like, I've actually decided not to work because I'm run on Windows Vista. Yeah.
He gets claymation to death. It's horrible. Yeah.
You know how much this movie was made for?
They killed Kenny.
For fuck's sake. Do you know how much this movie was made for, though?
20 quid.
It's 13 million, apparently.
13 million.
13. That's very low.
It's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, because it made hundreds.
Yeah.
So this was made for a modest budget.
Okay.
If you notice with like things like explosions and stop motion stuff, they're actually quite. They do a lot, but they do it on the cheap.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, with what they've got.
Ed 209 does a murder, so Dick's dicked up basically.
Yeah. Dick, I'm very disappointed.
Dick, you bloody the kettle's boiled, Dick. You dick. You dick. You dick.
Dick, you and your dicky robot. Dick off, alright?
So don't worry, because there's a contingency plan. Also, actual Robocop.
Just saying, like, all these cynical OCP bastards, no one misses Kenny. They're like, shame on Kenny. Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
Even the big boss man is just like...
That's what I love about it, right?
Fucked up, Dick. Not... A man's dead. It's more just, this is going to cost loads of money.
We're going to have to put a new ad out in Indeed and sit through all the CVs and covering letters now.
No one cares about dead humans, which is kind of part of the satire thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Big stuff going on, but no.
Yeah, it's good. There's depth in this movie.
Yes.
And it's funny because if we do Starship Troopers, we can talk more about it. But like, it's a movie that works in two levels because it goes over a lot of people's heads, this kind of thing, because it's so balls to the wall, action non-stop.
Yeah.
But there is all these subtleties going on in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like, the first time I saw this is like, I was a little teenager or whatever. It was like straight over the headline. Yeah. But on repeat viewings, it's like, there was a brain in this movie.
Well, you say subtlety. It's kind of subtlety done really loudly at you.
But it's done in a way that you could accidentally think, no, there's no way this is being subtle.
That's just wacky.
Yeah, this is too unsubtle. It's not being subtle.
Yeah, it's strange.
We get our baddies showing robbing a bank full of burnt money. I was thinking, will Sam recognise that 70 Show's dad? But you've apparently not even seen a passing glimpse of that.
No, but I recognise Ray Wise.
Hey, Leland Palmer.
Of Twin Peaks and...
Tim and Eric. You know more for Tim and Eric than Twin Peaks, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Bathe in the power of shrimp. I bet it was hard to take this lad seriously, like, for most of it.
Love it.
Amazing big car gun chase between Murphy chasing those guys who've robbed the bank, and it's again like Terminator 2, I think.
Yeah, except it's a Grand Theft Auto mission of it.
Yeah, lads in the back of a van keep shooting at him, like
kind of like leaning out of a window and trying to shoot and aim. And
yeah, that was good. You should have shot for the tires. You dink. Anyway, dead man gets thrown on top of him, but again, it shows the kind of like. like, oh, humans don't really matter that much in this.
Can you fly?
He's like, no, I can't. I'm trying to explain to you. So we get followed back to their hideout in the old steel mill, and Lewis sneaks up on a guy who's taking a leak.
They decide to go in.
Yeah.
Where's that backup? No backup. Let's just do it.
Mate, times are tight enough as it is. No backup, so
just go in.
It's a miracle that police aren't being killed by the score. Oh wait, they are. Go and wing it. You'll be fine. They go in and there's a lad. He's got his bird out and he's doing a wee, and Lewis pulls a gun on him and he's like, "Man, if I zip this up."
Yeah.
He's a very sexy baddie, that one, isn't he?
He is. Yeah. Oh well, she takes a cheeky glimpse, doesn't she? She looks down for a second.
Yeah, he's like, "What?" And then he's like, "Ah."
And he's like, "Oh, that's my moment," and then pushes her off a thing, and then has that horrible laugh. It's a really
I was like, "Oh, it sounds like you or me," basically.
Was how I sounded when I was laughing at the very start of this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's actually good because even though there's a bunch of faceless goons, you'd think most of these guys got a decent little gimmick or character at the end of it.
Laugh now, I think.
Basically, should I zip this up? Oh God, fuck me! We could go on. We have in the past. So yeah, Murph gets the drop on one of the guys, but he gets surrounded. And good lord, he is shot to shit. This scene was the reason why I wasn't allowed to watch this when I was a wee lad.
It is very violent.
Because I remember a number of times, because I'd seen Predator, I'd seen Terminator, seen Aliens, going into the video store as a kid and going, Robocop, because there was a cartoon of it, and my brother had the toys. And I think either my parents, someone in the family wised them up that they're like, oh no, apparently there's this scene at the start that's really grotesque.
Yeah.
And he gets shot, like his bits get shot off him, basically.
Get shot off. Someone give the guy a hand.
I mean, does he give him a hand? Oh God, fuck me.
And you get the Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me just before that.
Yeah.
You get that first reading that line, and that was familiar to me.
There were a couple of times where you kind of like, he said something and you were like,
oh yeah.
Maybe your brother completed a level on the Sega game and then like a 16-bit like something along those lines. Yeah. But yeah, so Murph is left without much of a torso or any limbs to stand on. Yikes.
Yeah, good night, sweet prince, as the Lappy Man says.
I was going to say these lads reminded me of the weasels from Roger Rabbit. You haven't seen Roger Rabbit? That's like a kids movie though.
No.
God, that's scary.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's going in the swirl next. I'm just saying.
They're all very giggly. These.
Yeah, that's why I said criminals. Weasels from Roger Rabbit. This will make sense in some point.
Yeah. Later on down the line, I'll go.
You see, this podcast is almost for you because you get to go back now and like this. It's like The Simpsons. You get to go back and like, oh, that's what that joke meant.
Yeah.
I should have laughed in retrospect had I known. But yeah,
bring you up in the middle of the night,
Kevin. I just mate. Oh fuck me. Murph goes to the hospital and he has all these like horrible flashbacks.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, his wife and his kids, and gets his surgery, and they're basically going to make him into Robocop. It's apparent.
Yeah, he has some little flashbacks and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know that he was, his wife, his little kids, the whole
watching TJ Laser.
TJ Laser
with the swirly gun and the thing.
That's my new. Once I break away from Raging Waters.
Yeah,
TJ Laser is my untitled acoustic project. Mix it down with some kind of hip hop vibe.
But you've mentioned that twirly gun thing before to Lewis.
Yeah.
In what I thought was like a really bad flirtatious conversation, but now I realise it was just a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I was making assumptions that they would try and romance.
Put in a romance thing, and there's no romance whatsoever. Yeah.
They're just good pals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just partners.
Nice. Yeah.
Which is like stuff like that is what makes you go, oh, this isn't like Commando or.
But it's happened so much that I assumed that's what was happening. I was like, this is really bad, kind of flirty,
hammy fisted. I bet they'll be in a sweet embrace, kissing with someone's hair flowing in the wind. So yeah, you have the surgery. At one point we giggled because he said it's in. That's what he said.
All right, it's in.
Yay! Then we get a lot of static, and you started kicking off.
I said, mate, the tally's gone dicky, hasn't it?
Now, I'm taking a serious risk here, making many assumptions about your upbringing. This is danger zone. I had to bang the telly like Oslo from Keeping Up Appearances.
No.
Fucking hell.
It's worth it. It's worth a go.
If you got it at home, guys, don't worry, we'll do the BBC mid-90s comedy Swirl at some point. I love the designer looking Robocop right in the face and going, "You're gonna be a bad motherfucker."
Is that Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby, who's kind of making a bit of a name for himself now that he's run this Robocop project. He's also in Twin Peaks.
Oh.
He's the FBI coroner that they use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. Robocop is out of beta and he gets to walk around and you get to see all through his eyes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Terminator. Like Terminator 2 came after. Terminator and Robocop are often compared like Alien and Predator is. So I don't know. Maybe you should ask at the end of this which one you think you preferred.
Yeah. Robocop walking.
Yes, very clunky.
Sounds like someone stapling a pile of documents.
We're like.
It's like when you staple like a big pile of documents. That's exactly what it sounds like, and I just couldn't get that image out of my head.
You routinely staple big piles of documents, don't you? Yeah, I just figured that.
Well, it's on my desk by 5. Yeah.
So yeah, we got through a few things about Robocop. Mm-hmm. His prime directives, of course.
Yeah.
Protect the innocent, must uphold justice, work within the law.
I wonder whether that will go wrong.
I wonder whether there's a secret one. Also, he's only allowed to eat a rudimentary paste, aka Dunstore's own brand chicken tikka masala, to survive. Yeah. It looks proper grim.
It does.
I was wondering what your prime directives are, Sam, if you had any.
Maximum taste. No sugar.
And remember, 5% off discount if you present your student card at Maplin's. Those are the prime directives of Cinema Swirl, actually.
Also, they can check his location on.
Yeah, they got a little GPS.
Google Maps.
Yeah, it's
a little iPhone.
You were freaking out about this.
Yeah, slightly later on, though, I realised how much it is just an iPhone. This little thing they've got. The size and the shape and the screen is very, very iPhone.
Do you think that I know very little about the man, so this is obviously not true, but I like to imagine that in 1987 when this was in the theatres, a really fat, grotesque, out of shape, gross looking, poor Steve Jobs was like, I'm going to steal that.
No, it would be Johnny Ive, the British designer man. He would be there going...
I thought Steve Jobs just turned the wheel and then that came out like that was it. Like, don't you ruin that image for me.
It's the man with the white in the white room with the white background.
Yeah,
we've been working on this.
Yeah, Peter Molyneux. Another awesome thing about Robocop, his thigh gun. I was seeing if he knew this one from, that was what I was egging at you earlier, where his gun came from. You were thinking chest. Yeah. But, it goes into the thigh, does a little diddly-do. The toys, of course, that was a very toyetic thing, an important part about him.
The thigh gun.
And then we get a nice big blare as Robocop goes off on his first round of duty of that Robocop theme. You need to listen to that more because that's just a good ass music. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You need to. I want you to learn it off so you'll play it. Yeah, okay. So those of you at home, if you're like me and you know people who can play instruments, just pester them to learn off the ones you like. Yeah. I come home and I hear Dire Ducks playing half the time. It's fucking great.
You'll see me at an open mic now. But anyway, guys, here's Robocop.
Here's why we're all here. All the lighters go.
It's gonna be.
Oh, we got another important one for this. You may have seen this before in GIF format or on Twitter, Facebook. People use it all the time. I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, what is this? I'd buy that for $1. Creepy, sexy,
just
strange show with this man.
It's one of the little weird shows from thing. It was a little catchphrase
for $1,
and everyone universally thinks it's hilarious. Like
weird.
It is. There's actually a tweet guy. If you mention Robocop, like a tweet bot, as far as I know, we'll find out if we release this episode and a guy tweets us saying I'd buy that for $1.
We'll automatically finds anyone saying Robocop and then tweets them saying I'd buy that for $1.
If you're enjoying this episode, please do tweet you buy this episode
please
for $1. Yeah, please do. Robocop stops a robbery, also a sexual assault via dress shot. He's basically working his way up,
bending the barrel of the gun.
Yeah.
In a funny slapstick way.
I love that.
That's cool. And then the dress shot's pretty fancy, isn't it?
You were freaked out when it happened.
Was I?
Because he shot it.
I thought it was did Robocop just shoot a woman
to kill her assailant? Yeah. A bit of a liberal interpretation of the law there, Robocop. But you were noting that it was he was going up the levels to get to the boss.
Yeah, robbery,
Goomba,
sexual assault.
Koopa Troopa.
It says your move creep, which is quite sassy for a robot man.
Yeah, exactly. He's retaining a little bit of that.
He's coming back.
A little bit of that Irish temper from Murphy.
He's going up to bank robbery now.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Before bank robbery.
Actually, I don't want to be on record as saying I rank crime.
Crime, like.
That's not okay.
Well, GTA does it, mate. I mean, he's on a solid 3-star. He'd be deployed, is what I'm thinking. You know, Mayor's 8 has gone mad. So Robocop just like destroys a wall. Like,
yeah, the bank robber dude wants a really specific car. This one that they got.
I love that. Again, a little, the greed and all that.
Cruise control. Yeah, we'll get cruise control. It's fine.
It's great because I mean, like other movies of the time, like Back to the Future, I would think is a good example, which is kind of like, whoa, having stuff is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And this movie is kind of like, well, it's kind of silly, isn't it, to an extent? You know,
when he's making all these demands, he says to the negotiators, like, "Don't jerk me off, yeah. Don't jerk me off." And that's a sentence I've never said.
You should check out Sam's incredibly unexciting clips for sale store. Don't jerk me off. Just turn it off. Well, someone, the guy who emailed in earlier asking if there's ever, something you'd like to, part of a movie we'd like to do ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, Robocop just kind of hugs that wall and collapses it like a pavlova. I want to do that to you. If you're just in your bedroom one day or your kitchen having lunch, I'm like, just couldn't get you. We get another amazing one. This was a real Cinco, Tim and Eric one. Nuke 'em.
Yeah, we get Robocop being good with kids.
Yeah, that's cute, isn't it?
Oh, that's nice. And there's a Mexican war thing, and even I was like, whatever. Don't.
That's just kind of be like, oh, the world is shitting at large, because they keep going back to the space station as well, which is kind of
hook, line, and sinker. I was like, I don't care. Come on, get to the Robocop, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shiny metal thing. I'm as bad as the people in the film.
He's a marketable fellow, Robocop.
Yeah.
I mean, you buy that brand into it now. I mean,
nice. I like that. Was like, hey, Robocop, what would you say to people that stay out of trouble?
He's not as funny as Arnie in Terminator 2 now, because Arnie in Terminator 2 was like full on like.
Yeah, funny.
Mugging it, he was funny, but I don't know, there's kind of a quiet dignity to Robocop that is sometimes amusing. I like. Yeah.
He's not trying to be a media personality, but he manages it.
Yeah, somehow he manages.
And there's the Cinco ad for Nuke 'em.
Nuke 'em.
Says, oh no, you came across my border. Nuke 'em. Dad, what are you like?
I want to play Nuke 'em with you real bad now. Dick and Bob go at it in the bathroom. Dick is talking about respect. He's like, I used to make fun of the old man all the time. I used to call him Iron Butt Boner.
An asshole, but I always knew where the line was drawn. It was drawn at Iron Butt.
The line was firmly after Iron Butt. Don't you call me a boner, you son of a bitch. You're fired, like.
Iron Butt. That's what this film should have been called.
Iron Butt.
These names that we've got.
I'm surprised no one called Robocop Iron Butt, like, because I mean,
Murphy's Law, Iron Butt. These are all great alternatives.
And they didn't go, because you tin can. You think some would-be robber would have yelled that at him, like,
bucket of bolts.
Bucket of bolts. C-3PO could have had a quiet word with the villains of this movie and given them like something to go on. Robocop is afflicted with something terrible. Human dreams.
Yeah, he's having memories.
He has a night terror. A full-blown night terror. Like, Robocop ends up at a 7-Eleven. Someone has to put their wallet in his mouth so he'll chew on it and calm the fuck down. It's he goes properly like full on crazy. Lewis obviously realizes it.
Yeah,
she knows his kind lips that it's Murphy all along.
He did his swirly thing earlier.
Yeah,
he was shooting at the range.
Lewis, even
not the nice furniture and kind of homeware store, the range.
Yeah,
shooting range.
The shooting range.
To the range and start killing people. Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
What would that be like? I think it'd be a little bit like this.
Now,
improv comedy.
Now think about it. Yeah. That prick from earlier, the lad with the goatee, you lad you know is not up to no good. Looks like he should be in fucking Simply Red or something. He does the worst thing ever. He robs a gas station.
Yeah.
Takes their money, then robs the petrol.
Yeah.
Mate, get the petrol first, then rob us. That's only polite.
Get your money back.
Don't make the guy do the service under duress. That's just ignorant.
No, that's really unfair.
And then he goes, oh, what do you read your book? What are you, college?
Boy!
Get this fucking townie out of here. Who the hell does he think he is?
Gonna outsmart a bullet. Such a ridiculous job.
Go back to your town, townie. But of course, Robocop shows up. RC is on the scene, and the guy's like, "We killed you. We killed you dead." Big old boom, massive explosion. Most of the budget seems to go on this one. And you think that, Robocop is surely done. Can't kill a robot with fire. And he gets fucking destroyed, this lad. Shoots the bike, he goes flying. I expect him to be dead.
We killed you.
Yeah.
Robocop has a moment where he's like, "Oh yeah,
You
did kill me. You
Hang
did.
on a minute, like.
Come to think of it, you're
See,
right."
Robocop should have left a post-it note on the fridge to remind him of this, because now he's out, and it's after 8 now, so he's not going to be able to do anything about it
Stands
today.
there like he's left the oven on. He's just...
In fairness to Peter Weller, though, main actor here, the fact that he's got a mouth to work with. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he acts pretty heavy through the mouth.
yeah.
So you get the open
It's
mouth.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
his mouth work.
all things considering, he emotes as much with his mouth that Arnie did with his entire head.
Yeah.
Even in times when Arnie was not meant to be a robot.
He does his little. He logs onto the system, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the little spike that R2D2 has as well, yeah. Officer Nerd is all over Robocop, and he's like, "Yeah, you can't look through these data banks."
Yeah.
Get off his case.
Nope, boom.
Robocop finds out a whole bevy of information. Basically, he pieces together who that guy is, the gang he's with, and old Clarence, that 70s dad, is suspected of a murder of him, and he sees that he is dead.
I didn't know what Clarence was called. And I just saw his surname, which Boderick.
Baldrick.
And he's got a cunning plan.
For fuck's sake. How do you know Blackadder but not keeping up appearances?
He
Seriously.
looks so creepy in his photo.
Oh, he does.
Clarence.
He looks like, yeah, it's a real, like, mugshot that they would show on the news and would be embarrassing for him.
You know
Like,
the Homer Simpson Venus de Milo thing?
yeah.
Where's there's like, it's a horrible.
I was gonna say I thought it was the one that where he's eating the giant cake he puts on his application, and he looked full. The caption for Clarence's file photo was, "I can't believe I ate the whole thing."
Yeah.
Like it was quite gross. But yeah, it's a lot to take in for old RC. Finds out he's a man who killed him, and also that he is dead.
Yeah,
and his home address.
Yeah, so he can visualise back there. Or he goes there.
He goes there, yeah.
He goes there. He just turns up.
Wanders around.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the wife and kid have moved away because that would have been awkward as hell. Yeah. He goes to the club and finds Leland Palmer.
Sorry, can I just mention world-class husband?
Oh, yes, of course.
And also, I really have to tell you something. I love you. The wife does the kind of like, "Oh, I'm bloody cross." No, I'm not. I love you. You're great.
Mate, I used that, alright, so
What?
lay off.
I've got something to tell you.
I love you. Exactly. That's fine.
OTP fans at home, you can
Look, I'm just saying, like, if
use that clip out of context.
use that clip out of context. So he's at home and is incredibly emotional.
Yeah.
But then he decides it's time to get these rotters who killed me.
Yeah.
So he goes to the club.
This is basically how Daft Punk started, I think.
What, Robocop walked in
Turns up at a rave.
and finds Leland Palmer. So for the record, can you point out you are wearing a Daft Punk t-shirt that is making a pop culture reference that you don't know?
It's the Transformers.
I told you that.
I knew that.
You didn't.
I did know that.
You did not.
It's the Mysterions.
For fuck's sake.
Is the Decepticon or
Yeah, Decepticons
Yeah.
and Autobots.
Rey Mysterion?
Rey Mysterion.
Autobots.
So yeah, he goes to the club and he finds Leland, who tries to kick him in the willy.
Yeah.
Doesn't go according to plan.
Makes a funny noise though.
He's very big with the Leland with the eyes.
Yeah.
Ray Wise there, big old comedy head on him. It's nice to see him acting like a goon.
Kicking in the groin. Boom.
And then Robocop like wiggles his finger back and forth. I don't think so. Bob has a bit of a coke party.
A bit.
I knew you would understand with your love of Pepsi, like.
A bit, mate.
I'm more of a Pepsi man myself, like, you know. What would they do? Have a Coke party or a Pepsi party? That's all I'm saying, you know.
Whatever it is, I want to be doing it with my mates, yeah.
All I'm saying is that Pepsi parties rarely have prostitutes. Coke parties, reading the news, always have prostitutes. Just saying.
I'm a good guy.
That's why you drink Pepsi Max.
Yeah, he has his weird Coke party. It's kind of horrible.
It is.
Snorting Coke.
It's weird because he's the reason why Robocop is there, but he's also a yuppie scumbag.
He's a piece of shit.
I like that Dick doesn't like him.
He's not quite a deserve to die bit at this point, so they have to do the kind of horrible Coke party where he's being a bit of a sleazebag. Just to say you're like, okay, I'm comfortable with him dying.
Because all that he's got really going against him at the moment is a bit of bad language.
A bit arrogant. Yeah.
And gaudy suits.
And actually, when Robocop is there for the first time, and you see it, he grabs a lady science lady and kisses her. She doesn't want to be kissed.
That's like the party thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve,
he is a creep.
Watch out, there are creeps about.
Yeah.
Clarence comes in, and of course now we find out ultimate swerve. Dick and Clarence. They're as thick as OT Peeves. Dick and Clarence, they're buds now. Clarence just shoots the bejesus out of Bob's legs.
Bitches leave.
Bitches leave.
Bitches leave.
I love that. There was a coke and prostitute party, and you and I, as soon as he said bitches leave, that's when we went, excuse me. But it's great because I love Dick because he's the master technician. Use that out of context as well. I love Dick, and let me tell you why I love Dick. Do you need a minute?
It's fine.
So Dick is like, he's the master technician because he's like, I thought 10 steps ahead.
This was generally quite a big swerve to me. I didn't see this coming.
Well, I love the swerve as well. The fact that how proud he was of being a one-upman that he decided to put it on DVD.
Yeah, which didn't exist.
A rewritable DVD as well. Like, you won't be able to overwrite that, mate.
That would have been so expensive then, and he just let it get blown up.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was a one-time use.
Oh, this is in the future.
Of course. Maybe it has it stored wirelessly as well.
Hold on, Paul Verhoeven.
Verhoeven, yeah.
He predicted iPhones, DVDs.
What the video CDs were available in the late 80s, right? I don't know. I know Laserdisc might have been a thing by then.
DVD quality.
That's true. That is very true.
Undeniable.
Did you see how crisp that dick was? That was a sharp dick, I'm just saying. Unbelievable quality dick. Bob gets blown up, giant bomb, he's like, whoa, what way to go with your legs blown up? And they're trying to get a grenade out of the room desperately. Bob Bomb. Yeah. Excellent, very good.
Thank you.
Making real boy references.
They can't make him into a robot.
No.
He's in too many bits.
You were like, let's bring him back as a robot.
No, it's just
a pile of ash with legs or something. We cut to a Coke factory tour.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, I mean, again, this is more reason to be a Pepsi man, I guess, because this is just filled with guys with guns, shady characters, mafiosos, and basically Clarence just wants to buy him out. But who decides to come and interrupt proceedings?
Banging on the door. Here's Robocop.
You actually said, "Here's Johnny."
Yeah.
And you meant it as well.
I meant it.
Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset. This was, I'll be honest, I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but fuck me, this was 5 minutes of lads being shot.
Yeah.
And once you caught that Robocop is like, can't be hurt, it's just kind of like, alright, sit back, lads are going to get shot. Like, wow.
There's going to be some shooting. Yeah.
You're taking their word for it that these are really bad men because he kills them all in cold blood.
Yeah. The laughing bloke gets pushed off a thing because he pushed Lewis off a thing, and that's like
karma. Yeah. It's good. Everyone dies to triumphant music. Clarence is left on his own and he's all roughed up. It's him getting thrown through windows is cathartic for me. I don't know.
It's really funny.
There's another one guy who emailed in earlier. The thing I'd like
to throw someone through a window.
Just Clarence in particular.
That man.
He's very. I'm not as big as Robocop, but I'm a tall man. So I think I could toss him through at least one window.
Yeah.
I've got that in me.
Yeah.
Someone make a wish, make that happen, please. Sam, hurry up with my incurable disease though. But anyway, Clarence, roughed up, and he gets arrested and but he's like, I work for OTP.
There's one moment where he's getting thrown through a window, and he's like telling him that he works for someone. It's Dick Jones.
Dick.
Jonesy.
Oh, we found out what from the last episode. You kept trying to remember what it was from.
Indiana Jones 4.
Indiana Jones 4.
Thank you to everyone who pointed that out.
For fuck's sake, like.
With Shia LaBeouf and
the sexy Russian lady.
Yeah.
Dick Jones is now going to be placed under arrest because Clarence was thrown into clink.
Book him, he's a cop killer.
Book him, he's a cop killer. You remember that one as well, didn't you?
They really didn't like cop killers at that very moment in time because all their colleagues had been bloody.
Everyone's being killed, like. Yeah. You know, it's bad when you have to go on strike because everyone's being killed. Yeah. But I love the efficiency of Robocop. He's like, right, got that baddie, go get the next one.
Yeah.
But directive form, Robocop can't touch dick. Directive 4 basically means that any executive of OTP cannot be arrested by a Robocop.
It makes sense in a way.
I like that. It's the hidden directive, and he's all like, as the human part struggles with the robo part.
With his evil black globe that you pointed out.
It's so evil. Yeah. You don't have a globe like that in your office and not have your eyes on world domination. Yeah. Not saying today or tomorrow, but like 6-year plan, and that's not penciled in there with that fucking globe.
You can't get that from Argos.
No,
you got to write it off specially to a place.
I bet it's got fucking really expensive liquor in it as well. Yeah. That he drinks when he's plotting to destroy the world or whatever it was. Directive 4 is basically incapacitated Robocop. But who comes to battle him? It's only ED-209.
Yeah.
With all the grace of a rhino that's been slapped in the arse with a banjo, ED-209 comes collapsing into the ring. How will Robocop battle this pile of fucking Jenga?
He's such a shit robot.
He's awful.
It's the cutesy stop motion. It says and shaking like a. It's like a boss battle, and you hit a weak point, and it starts shaking for a while.
And it's kind of like it's meant to be a really intimidating boss battle, but you found the shortcut. Like it's like, oh, actually, if you just do this, you can kill him in 2 hits.
Fucking Dalek, he can't go downstairs.
Hey, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, you're like,
like, that's what I love about it, is that he's like, right, there are no stairs there. I'll give it a go. Like. It's my day. He woke up today and he thought, you know what? I'm gonna take a risk today.
Because he's so hesitant. He's like, no, should I go down the stairs? Yeah, I'll try it. And then immediately falls over.
And the noise that he makes.
It's so You've Been Framed. Oh, he has a little hand. And I felt sorry. I was like, don't worry, it's okay. It was like a little animal that fallen over and was all confused. And
put a little blanket on it, put it in a shoebox.
I want to look after little Ed.
Oh,
terrible day.
You want to take him down to the RSPB office and see if the nice lady knows anything to do with him, one of the volunteers.
It's not his fault.
It's not. It was not his fault. He was designed to be
like this.
He was designed to be inefficient. I love the way that this lad designed an iPhone and this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no continuity with their design aesthetic at all. Like,
no, and he does have an iPhone. It's the same size and shape. It's like,
oh, it is. It's beautiful in the palm of the hand. It's touchscreen. He can zoom. He does everything. Yeah. It's great.
iPhone.
But guess that ED-209 upgraded to iOS X. Insert relevant problematic. Problematic version of iOS here. That joke lasts forever now.
Mate, his battery life was rubbish.
So yeah, you can't arrest him, but ED-209 is incapacitated. Robocop comes outside and he's surrounded by the cops, and a couple of them are like, he's a cop, damn it. But they're like, no, we've orders to kill him.
No more cops get killed today. That's not what anyone said, but it seems like
that was the general theme. It was camaraderie and cops is a recurring theme in movies that I'm always a sucker for.
We've got to kill him. And they start trying to kill Robocop.
And it's pretty grim, like.
Yeah.
Clarence visits OTP. He is out of jail because of his nice lawyers that he has got with his connections. And all his buddies are on their way out as well. He's basically, the new Delta City, Dick is going to run it on the corporate end, and he's going to leave the door wide open for That 70s Show Dad to basically do all the crime he wants to.
Yeah.
Why, I'm not sure, but...
We get another advert as well, by the way. Get another flashy advert.
I love these adverts.
The big expensive car.
Oh yeah, was it the Rooks or the Sucks, or what was it?
The Deluxe Mux Crooks 9000 or something.
It looked awesome.
Yeah, it did. It's
the cars that they have in the final scene then. The guys all get those cars. Yeah.
But I'm trying to work out what the satire is. The technology is bad. Everyone's distracted by technology. No one really learns... I don't know. It's. I think the point of that is for you can take it away from yourself.
Yeah. The general thing is just kind of it's just holding up a mirror a little bit to like you got to understand like 80s.
I don't want a mirror.
Obviously it's not the same culture. Well, some would argue it is the same culture now, but 80s was obviously known for, there was a big increase in that kind of capitalism as being like greed is good, that whole kind of thing. And I think it was just, that's what they're doing there, is
that
like
was distracting people from what was really going on.
Yeah, because you notice that all these guys, they just want money, or like all these guys, these killers, and the thing they're most excited about is not getting out of jail, is the fact they all get this nice new car, which you'd seen on the telly. It's like, it's the best because the ad tells you it's the best, and things like that.
You don't mind about killing people and people dying and stuff because you get the fancy car.
Exactly, and that's all they really...
Ruthless capitalism.
Exactly. So there you go. It's nice. There's something you didn't think you'd be saying we said in much Robocop. Ruthless capitalism. Fuck me, man.
And don't jerk me off.
Don't jerk me off.
I think I say.
Also, the third and fourth title albums for Raging Water is Don't Jerk Me Off, which is Sam with a cowboy hat pointing at the thing. And Ruthless Capitalism, which is me and Sam with bushels of money on fire, maybe, with a question mark.
Oh, so we get the unemployed person just be like, man, there's a
doggy dog out there.
A lot of the jungle out there, but I don't know.
I have not got a job. It's like this unemployed person, like, just a dude, basically. Yeah. The cops are on strike, so it's basically crime-mageddon at the moment.
Yeah.
Robocop has gone with Lewis to get himself fixed up. Takes off his little hat, his faceplate. Yeah. Here's a really annoying thing. This irked me so much as a kid. The Robocop toy my brother had.
Yeah.
They all had the removable visor. Now, if you imagine a small action figure size thing, and then you've got a visor that comes off, it's tiny. We lost it within a week. So every time you wanted to play with Robocop, you had to have scary Peter Weller face on it. No Robocop. No, that's not what's on the posters. If that was on the poster, no one would watch the fucking movie. I'm sorry, but you're not a handsome man when it's just your face on top of a robot.
No, he's much like T1000.
Yeah.
Not handsome. Well, kind of handsome.
Classically handsome, but creepy.
Weird looking.
Sharp.
Yeah, sharp face.
Yeah, pointed face. Finds out that his wife and kid have moved on, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's kind of... But he's going to be a big boy about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Gangs have all got their super guns now, and they've decided that they're going to want to go kill Robocop, because if he's around when New Delta City is built, there will be no more crime fun. So they've got the most amazing guns ever. They're basically giant black sticks, and they point at something, and it turns into an explosion.
Clarence demonstrates this on the fancy new car. They're all very excited about.
Oh, Clarence. What did you think of Clarence?
He's like creepy villain.
I really like him. I think that, Heath Ledger Joker in Dark Knight.
A bit
of that there. I like his kind of
thing.
Creepy madness. He's a total creep. Like, I love that.
He's not big, strong, intimidating, but he's like little creep intimidating.
And he's a dangerous prick as well. And you really want to see him get beat up by Robocop.
Oh yeah, no, we don't like him at this point. We proper hate him.
I love this now. Is that I love when movies like this I love when movies can turn to you and go, there's 10 minutes left. Because when they turn and go, oh, Robocop's in the mill and we've got these giant guns, and Robocop is like, I'm going to have to kill Clarence.
Yeah.
I just love that, because next 10 minutes, it's signposted, but good, this is one of my favourite action scenes ever. The showdown they have at the mill.
I was slightly disappointed, when his head comes off with his visor. I was like, is that going to be the case for the whole time?
For the rest of the movie?
I wanted it to come back on for a bit.
No, sadly, last bit of the movie, gotta have the face on screen. Yeah. I bet there was a minimum number of FaceTime, like in the contract, it had to be like 20 minutes.
That's probably taking it down half a star.
Really? Alone? Goodness. A man's face is detracted star wipes.
You want Robocop with the visor kicking out at the end.
Yeah, it's. I suppose it's to show him that it's more human. And he's tapping into his human side a bit more.
No,
you must be Robocop.
Oh, I look like a poster.
Executive Sam. They won't buy toys if he's like this. But the big one of this, the one that everyone remembers, and one of my favourite moments in a movie ever, just for how man gets covered in nuclear goo, and he's like,
drives into a thing of toxic waste.
Good old late 80s when toxic waste turned people into monsters.
Weird melting mutant man.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
And it's so action movie. I don't know.
It's horrible.
It's like all this crazy shit's going on, and there's a guy around going, and he gets exploded. It's like, Robocop's there. Oh, God, it's great. Robocop and Lewis. Big old shootout. I fucking love it.
The flippy over car.
flippy over car.
Yeah, the car.
They are the cars from earlier, but for considering the budget they had, this is like really fucking impressive. Yeah. The car space ends with giant ass explosion. Lewis gets got.
She gets got.
Yeah, Lewis, in their own words, is a mess. Robocop is approaching Clarence. He looks particularly creepy because he's all bloody and cut up and all that.
Yeah,
and he gets junked.
Yeah, Ray Wise is over the top with... he's planning murder with some girders, isn't he?
Oh my goodness, he is!
Yeah.
Good work, Ray Wise. He's really happy about this. And to his credit, he times it very well.
A lot of people think robots kill him with a girder. It hasn't worked.
They went back to the well one time too many.
Yeah, exactly.
The well full of girders. If that had been the well, it would have been a different story for little Timmy and Lassie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Went out much quicker.
Yeah.
Lewis explodes Leland because he's just there going, "Hey, I did something." Point.
We're having like a nice laugh, like, "Yeah, we got it. It's the end." Like, there's a person there. There we go.
And
silly sausages.
They properly destroy him. I love it.
Yeah,
because you've actually at that point forgotten that they've got super guns.
In fact, Ray Wise using a big crane.
Yeah,
that's some big cool new technology, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's dropping that on Robocop. He's all excited that he's done that. He doesn't notice the human aspect.
Hey, very good.
You know that she's sneaking up, gonna kill him. He doesn't know because he's so proud of what he's done with technology.
Sorry, I'm just overwhelmed by what a buff you are at the moment.
People are gonna write in and be like, "No,
that is wrong. No, he just did it.
He was just coming up with a gun and he didn't see."
That was just the sequence of events, mate. Clarence pierces Robocop. It's really hard. He's like calling all this junk and he's like, all this very bloody finale.
Yeah.
Again, this is like another part of the movie.
I was 18.
Yeah, this is one where I'm like, I probably would have loved it as a kid, but I could see the rationale of not letting me see this movie. And of course, Clarence, eye for an eye, he gets pierced with Robocop's data spike, and it's just like right in the throat, so it's the big...
I've pierced my neck on a spike.
Ooh! Pierced me neck on a spike. On a spike. Oh, God. Was just
middle finger, that spike.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of... fuck you, asshole. Dick gets got at the end of this now, so all the guys who like killed, and I love the way he just drives straight from there.
It's like, I've got an Ed 209, whatever it is.
I got something to take care of. The Ed 209's like, "You're going to get in trouble."
Come on.
And then Robocop blows the dandelion at him and he explodes.
Poor Ed. What, is it 209?
Ed 209.
He's having a hard day.
He is, yeah.
I've got one other thing. It's so easy to kill it. Wasn't even a fight. It wasn't. You're gone.
You're done, mate.
Yeah.
Dick is kind of like... he's doing his big boardroom presentation and lovely just finale of the movie where he's got the British odor and he's like, "You can't get me, I want a chopper," and Lord Alan Sugar.
Yeah, I predicted this to a T, and I'm not saying that's clever because it's pretty obvious that you got the directive 4 can't kill the...
So you were expecting you're fired.
I said fire him, Lord Sugar style, then he can be killed, and that's what happened.
Just like on The Apprentice, he got fired and then shot and thrown out a window.
You don't see that bit, but you know when they get in those taxis and drive away.
You got to press the red button, mate, to see that.
Live execution.
What was it like there? When they threw him out the window there, I thought it was very interesting. When Lord Alan Sugar decided to shoot him in the end there. I'm allowed to make fun of him for his accent because I am Irish.
You are Irish.
You're not allowed to do it.
No, that's fine.
Don't even think about it. There you go, Robocop.
Yep. What's your name?
Murphy.
What's your name? Murphy.
Robocop. Just like wriggly little asterisk beside it. He meant to say that, but it was a good take, and we've killed the actor who plays Dick, so we're going with what we got in the can there. What did you think of this one?
It was a lot of fun.
Was it people consider this to be a part of that like holy alliance with like Terminator and like Aliens and Predator as being like the action movies of the 80s?
Yeah.
Do you think
good.
Would you say it's in the same hemisphere for you as Terminator and Alien, or?
I enjoyed Terminator 2 more.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed Alien more. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy Robocop.
It was, I think, it was a surprise, because I think beforehand you thought this was just going to be like brainless kind of.
I wasn't sure what to expect.
He's a Robocop. on the edge, you know. But there's a nice subtlety to this. I think we should definitely do some more Paul Verhoeven stuff, because I think this stuff is absolute gold. Yeah. Would you like to see like Robocop 2, for instance, on the basis of this? Because I mean, Terminator, I don't know if that made you kind of want to see the rest of the franchise. I know Alien, I don't know, you were thinking maybe see more of the Alien movies, but this is another big franchise. So
Terminator, I think I've seen the best Terminator.
Yeah.
And I kind of know that from what people have told me.
Yeah.
Alien, I think I haven't seen the best one. I think
Aliens is again like Terminator and Terminator 2. Yeah. Very different kinds
movies.
Of movie.
But Robocop,
I think it's the best one.
So there's Robocop 2.
Yeah.
Robocop 3.
Yeah.
Robocop 4.
Yeah. Then there were Robocop. There's like 6 Robocop TV movies, a Robocop TV series. There's a series of that, and there was a reboot as well. And the reboot, apparently, I haven't seen the reboot, but I was very happy to hear the reboot apparently does keep the bit of satire and all that, which is good though. So
that's probably about selfies and social networking.
Wing wing wing. Hashtag book 'em, or whatever it is.
Hashtag iron butt.
Well then, you boner, if you were to give this a star wipe rating, what would it be?
4 star wipes.
4 star wipes, you heard it here first.